Okay, so the first thing you'll need here is your pattern, and it has 2 pages, this the tooth and then all the little accessories. And if you're making the boy one, you may not want some of these other accessories, like the wings, the crown. You'll just have to decide which pieces that you would like to use. So you'll want to cut those out. I have mine already cut here because I didn't want you to have to sit here and watch me cut all of these pieces out. So I have all of them cut out here. And then we just need to trace them onto our felt. For the tooth, you'll want some white felt. And you can fit 2 of these teeth on a 8.5 by 11 piece of felt. So if you fold it in half, because you have to cut 2 of these, you'll be able to fit it right on there, and then just cut 2 at the same time. Now, when you're tracing this, I recommend using a pencil rather than a pen, because I did a practice one and my pen marks showed on the edges of it. So pencil is a lot better. And then try to cut like inside of the line so that you don't get any of the pencil mark on your actual project. So on the patterns, it says like cut 2 or cut 1, and that doesn't mean for the pattern pieces. That means for the felt. So you'll need 2 pieces of felt for this tooth. And then, you know, like these, you'll need 2 of the wings of each piece, because we're going to do a front and a back side. So go ahead and cut those out. I've actually already cut mine out. So again, you don't have to sit here and watch me cut all the pieces out. So I'm going to start with the one for boys. And actually, I forgot to mention, so for any of the accessory pieces, if you don't have that color of felt or you can't find that color of felt, you could use craft foam. This is just a craft foam that I cut out for the little wand for this boy one. So I cut out my heart in red, and then this is the back pocket. So we have our 2 pieces of felt here, and make sure if you have any of your pencil marks showing, you'll want to have that part be on the inside. So, and then just make sure both sides match up, because this part down here is a little bit different on each side. So make sure that those, you know, you have the right sides lined up. So the first thing we'll want to do is cut a piece of string. This is ribbon or string. This is 3/16 inch ribbon. And I'm going to cut about 12 inches of this. You can cut whatever length you think will be best for wherever you want to hang this. Or if you don't want to hang it, you could just not put the string on at all. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is just glue this string right onto here at the tops of the tooth, just like that. So just put a small dot of glue there and then press down your ribbon. And do the same thing on the other side. Okay. And then we're going to start gluing this around. So make sure that you've got everything all lined up. And if any of it's off a little bit, you can always trim it after So we'll start up here at the top and just put some glue right around the edge. And just do small sections at a time. You don't want your glue to get hard before you can press it down. And just make sure you get all of the spots. You don't want any of your stuffing to be able to come out the sides. Okay, and then we're just going to stop there because we need to now put the stuffing in. So I have some polyfill here, and if you don't have a bag of polyfill and you have like an old pillow that you don't want to use anymore, or an old stuffed animal or something, you can take the stuffing right out of that and reuse it. So we're just going to take a little bit of stuffing and start working it into the bottom part of the tooth. If you start with a small amount, it's a lot easier to get it down in there. And just use your finger to poke it down in there. And then we'll just fill the rest of the body. And you don't want to overstuff this. You just want it to be nice and full, but not like too full. Just make sure you have the stuffing pushed up into all the different areas, the little nooks. Okay, so now we just need to glue the rest of this up. So just press the stuffing in and squeeze the felt together. If you have any little pieces of glue sticking out like this, you can just trim those right off. There we've got our little tooth. So this is the one I'm going to make for boys. So I'm not going to put the wings or the crown on this one. So we'll just go ahead and do the back pocket. So all we're going to do is just position it where we want it. And then we're going to glue around these three sides and leave the top open. So now we have our little pocket, and I want to show you something. So you can put some money in there. You'll have to fold it a couple of times to fit it in. And I am not suggesting to give your kids $5. I don't know what the going rate is for the Tooth Fairy these days, but I only had a $5 bill. So you can put the money right in there. And then I have these printable little Tooth Fairy letters in my shop, and you can edit the whole message, but you can put your kid's name in there and change the message however you want it. I have different ones for like the first tooth, and then there's a Tooth Fairy apology letter, and then there's just a general one, and also one if they might have swallowed their tooth or lost their tooth. So anyway, that can just fit right in there too. It's like the perfect little size to fit in. Isn't that so cute? I'll have the link to those in the description if you want to check it out. So then we're going to stick a little heart on the pocket there. So I'm just going to go around that with my hot glue. Stick it right on there. Isn't that so cute? We need to make the little Tooth Fairy wand. So you need a toothpick, and we're just going to cut off the tapered ends on both ends. And then we're going to glue it right onto the star, just like that. And we're going to wait till the very last thing to glue this on, because I want to put the little face on first so we can get this positioned where we want it. So the next thing we're going to do is make a cute little face for this guy. So I have some 3D fabric paint here. This is Scribble's brand, but any brand will work. And the thing I like about this is it has a really fine little tip. So you can actually just make little details. So what we're going to do is make some eyes, and I'll show you another variation of the eyes for the next one that we do, the girl one. But for this one, I'm just going to do some circles. And then fill them in. Okay, and then I'm going to do some finer details for the mouth and the eyebrows. So I want to wipe off my tip so that it's nice and clean, because I just kind of had it like down in there. And so I'm just going to make a little smile with very light pressure. And then the same thing up here to make some little eyebrows. Okay, and then I'm going to take some white fabric paint, the same stuff, just white. And I'm going to make just a little white dot in the eyes. And there you have a cute little face for him. And then we just need to put the wand on. So now if you want to use the crown and the wings for the boy one, you definitely can. I just wanted to show you a variation. You know, this makes it a little bit simpler, and also, you know, it doesn't have all the like feminine frilly stuff that boys may not like. So we're just gonna position this, just see what, you know, where you like it, and glue it on. You can put a little glue on the stick part as well if you want to. And that's the boy one. Isn't he so adorable? Okay, so now we're going to move on to the girl. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. So for this one, before we get started, these glittery pieces are glitter felt, and I'll show you what the sheets look like. It just looks like this. I got it at Hobby Lobby, and it was near where the regular felt is. And so for this one, I'm using pink for the crown and for the wand and for the little heart on the pocket. And then I'm using silver for the wings. So we're gonna cut a piece of ribbon again to about 12 inches or whatever length that you want. I'm going to go ahead and assemble this one so that you don't have to watch me do it for the second time. And then we will come back and put all the pretty details on. Okay, so I got my tooth all assembled, and now we can put the pocket on the back. So just like we did on the other one, we're just going to do the 3 sides with glue. And then we'll go ahead and just put the heart on. Look at how cute that glittery heart is. It's so adorable. Let me know in the comments, who are you making this for? This makes such a cute gift for a little one that's getting to the age where they're going to start losing teeth, like grandkids or nieces or nephews or even your own kids. Look at that, so cute. Okay, so now we're gonna take the wings, and so you should have 2 of each piece, and what we're gonna do is make a front and a back to these so that when you look at the pillow from the front where the back is, still looks cute. So we're just gonna glue these pieces together. I made an example one, and I did not do this, and I didn't really like how it looked from the back. It wasn't nearly as cute as it could be. So just make sure you get it all nice and lined up. And if you like to sew, of course, you could also sew this together. I have a sewing machine, but I do not love sewing. It seems like every time I try to sew something, I end up with problems with my machine or something. Okay, so see how I have some little white parts showing here, so I'm just going to give those a trim and get those edges off. So just trim those little edges off. Okay. And I have a little one back here too. I think this one was pretty good. There's a little. Okay, so now we have our little wings, and we're going to do the same thing with the crown. So just glue the two pieces together. Go all along the edge. And then you could put some in the middle too if you want. Okay, then just trim off any that's showing white. Okay, so now we need to make our little wand. So just cut your tapered ends off of your toothpick. And then we're going to glue it right onto the star. Now I didn't do a backside to the star. You definitely can if you want to, but not much of it really shows depending how you place it. So you can be the judge of whether you want to do a backside to that or not. Okay, so now we need to put all these pieces on. So we'll start with the wings and just put some glue on the edge of the wing, and we're gonna try to get these lined up as close as we can to, so put it almost to the edge and just press it on there. Watch how much glue you put, because as you can see, mine oozed out and I don't really want to see that on there. Okay, then we're going to put the other one on and try to get it as even as we can with that one. So just put some glue right along the edge. And then try to line it up with your other one. Oh, she's gonna be so cute. Okay, then we gotta put her crown on. So it's gonna be placed right about here. Right in the middle at the top. So we'll just put some glue across the bottom here. And then just stick it on. Okay. And then we're going to do her face before we put the wand on. So I'm just going to make sure the tip of my fabric paint is nice and clean. And so I wanted to show you the one I made before. As you can see, I did some different colors here, but I made her eyelashes like up like this. I think I'm going to make it like her eyes are closed on this one just for something different, just to show you a different face that you could do. So squeeze lightly. If you are not familiar with using this, you might want to try doing a practice on like just a scrap piece of felt or something, scrap piece of paper, just to get how much pressure you need to use. And then we're going to do some little eyelashes. Do you guys hold your breath when you're doing something like this? Like details? I hold my breath when I'm making little details. Okay, so we got that. Now we need to make her little mouth. Let me wipe. I'm going to wipe my tip off here just to make sure I get a nice line. Okay. And then I'm going to give her some rosy cheeks on this one. So I'm just going to use some eyeshadow. You could also use blush. I don't have a good color blush here, so I'm going to use a pink eyeshadow and just put it on my finger and just make her some rosy little cheeks here. You could use a brush too if you wanted. She's so cute. Okay, and then we're just going to put her wand on wherever you think it looks nice. So I think I'll put mine about there. Look at her. She is so adorable. So then we have the girl and then the little boy. And then here's the other one that I made before. Aren't they so cute? I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please give it a like. Thank you so much for crafting with me today, and I will see you in the next video.